Well, before I start this escapade of Horizon Zero Dawn again, I'm just gonna say that I'm gonna have to restart the game. Three times already, because I'm actually stuck where I'm currently at because I had the wrong skill set to play the game. But now that I have a better understanding of the actual game itself, I would just like to say it's like a lot like Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, because with Heavenly Sword thrown in there, because of the whole what was it, the action aspect of it, and Uncharted, and what's it called, Tomb Raider. But I don't have a problem restarting the game 3 times. Because, in actuality, before I understood how this game was actually played, I restarted this game 16 times, 16, before I actually understood how this game was actually played. 16. But one of the drawbacks of Deus Ex is there's not enough crafting parts for this game. I wish, like, sometimes when Deus Ex was made, I wish you could actually convert some of your weapon materials into crafting parts, or any kind of metal material to convert to add to your current weapons or something like that. And Horizon Zero Dawn does that, I think. And the skill tree reminds me of Deus Ex in Horizon Zero Dawn because of the points that you go through to upgrade your character. Same with Adam Jensen's character. But instead of augmentations, you're dealing with mostly all her weapons. And how the skill tree works is like Adam Jensen's augmentations in that case, because I didn't realize at the time how big you could actually take control of your enemies. I didn't realize how big that your skill tree had to be before you could actually take control of one of those big giant characters. And for the next one the next time I play Horizon Zero Dawn, I'm gonna be ready for it, because I have a certain skill set to how to play games. I don't play it like everybody else does. I need at least 3 attempts before I actually could go through the game, or in this case for Deus Ex, I played it about 16 times before I actually got the correct formula that I actually wanted to play with, before I understood how the combat system was done. It took me 16 times, and based on that, Horizon Zero Dawn, I didn't realize how to deal with the map. But now that I understand it, I could actually go through the game with probably no problem. Except for some enemies in that game might, or some allies in that game might die, because I'm not good at saving people. Unless it's Zone of the Enders, then I could actually get halfway done rescuing survivors. But in this case, I think I'll have maybe a 1% chance of actually saving a person in the game if I need to, because when I actually ended my gameplay for Horizon Zero Dawn, before I'm restarting the new gameplay, I accidentally didn't save that one person. Because in Horizon Zero Dawn, the problem is with the enemies, they all wear the same clothing as you do. And the only way to tell that they're not your friend is if you're using night vision, or the hunter vision thing that they have in Horizon Zero Dawn, which will indicate them in red, which that means I ended up accidentally not saving one of the people that I needed to save in the game. I accidentally slashed away at her health, and she doesn't exist in that game anymore. But because of all the technical difficulties I had with Horizon Zero Dawn, I also need to start over. Because now that I'm fully engulfed in the actual combat system, I'll know what to upgrade and what not to upgrade in the very beginning. Because I wasn't aware that it was just like Deus Ex. And now that I do, based on the hunter badges in this case, which is your skill tree, I'll be more prepared for it this time. And honestly, it's the difficulty setting for the archery thing for me is like Heavenly Sword, because I'm not good with the bow. I'm actually better with the sword. Give me a sword and I'll beat it up to the highest difficulty up until the final boss. Because I played Metal Gear Solid Rising 4 times, beat the easy difficulty about 5 or 6 times, and beat every other difficulty at least once. But in retrospect, how are all you guys doing with the time change? Because I have a lot of energy because I work better with less sleep than most people. I was up at, what was it? I slept at 4 a.m. this morning, woke up at 8 a.m. And then I was bored, so I dozed off a bit, but even then I only was out for 45 minutes, but I'm good. But for the time change for most people, if you're not me, then I'm sorry to bore you with my announcement of that particular statement. But for me, I work better with less sleep, apparently. Not more. As long as the sun's out, I'm always awake. ever since I was a kid, I was more in tune with the sun than anybody else. And I'm going to again try Horizon Zero Dawn again, because now that I'm fully aware of what I'm supposed to do, I will be able to beat it. Even if it's on the easiest difficulty setting and having this much problems with trying to beat it. But now that I'm fully aware of it, I could actually beat it now. I guarantee it. And after I actually beat Horizon Zero Dawn, I'll be playing Tales of Vesperia again. Because even though the camera doesn't work for that game, for the PlayStation camera, I don't know why Sony didn't bother disabling that service for Twitch or YouTube, because it does not work on Twitch or YouTube because of the game developer. I don't know why they didn't disable it. If that's the case, it should have been more like the Devil May Cry 4 thing, where it was where you couldn't enter it on YouTube, but you could enter it through Twitch. At least mine does that. So after I play that, after I play Horizon Zero Dawn, I'll get back into my other game that I was working on, which is Tales of Vesperia, because that game is awesome. And yet I can't stream it on YouTube because the camera function is disabled, just like me. But I don't know why they disabled it, because that's a good game too. And that reminds me, before I end this stream for my daily complaints about certain games or daily situations about video games, I got a suggestion for Screw Attack. Why don't you guys do a 3-way death battle with the Tales characters? A 3-way death battle. Instead of doing 1-on-1, there should be 3-on-3. That's all I'm gonna say. And you guys could pick what 3 characters you want to actually use, because you guys play video games, right? So why don't you use that as a reference? So I'm just suggesting it because that would be awesome. I could just imagine 3 Tales characters going at it simultaneously, and it would be awesome to see that. And I'm gonna continue playing my game now, so I'll end it with that, and I'm back playing my game.
Text to speech unavailable here. Text to speech unavailable here.